Lesson 4, explaining and supporting evaluations and decisions. So evaluation should be based on facts, not impressions, assumptions, or opinions. By its very nature, an evaluation is an opinion or a conclusion, but it's an opinion or conclusion that's based on fact. To use the performance management process to help employees improve performance, your evaluation must be based on a set of observable and measurable facts, and you must communicate them clearly, both verbally and in writing. When you evaluate an employee's performance, you must first consider behavior and results that you have observed or measured. It's the conclusions you draw from these facts that lead to specific decisions and actions. When you write a performance-related document, it must not only communicate your conclusions, but include details that clearly support those conclusions. Okay, so this lesson came to a large degree out of our experience looking at ratings or rankings that employers include in a performance documentation that are not in sync with the description or the narrative in that same section. So what we're talking about here today is making sure that the evaluation is based on the facts and the impressions so that your outcome or your recommendation or your ranking is based again on the description that you've included, which is based on the facts and the data that you've collected. So again, a description tells the readers about the behavior, maybe what the employee said, what other people said, and results of work performed. Again, let's look at some examples. Is this objective language? Now we're making a recommendation, okay? Benito should be considered for promotion to supervisor as soon as a position becomes available. He's an excellent employee, always reliable and responsible. He has been very helpful with other staff, and everyone likes him. He's also very useful when there are problems. He'd like to be a supervisor, and he'd be a good one. Okay, now it's a very nice thing to say about Benito. There's some nice compliments, but can Benito do much with this kind of evaluation? Can he improve? Is there anything he can focus on improving? Does he know what he should do more of? If Benito was now managed by somebody else and achieved this position, this promotion, would the new manager know anything about really what Benito specifically excels at? So there's definitely some unanswered questions here. So let's look at another objective version here. I recommend that Benito be considered for promotion as supervisor as soon as a position becomes available. That's your recommendation, right? He has consistently demonstrated his responsibility and accountability by completing every task on time and to the expected standard for his department. He sets forth clearly stated goals for each of his projects and ensures that every member of the team is aware of those goals. Okay? So there's still some questions here, but we're threading this one through. We're thinking, how can we ask some more questions? If I saw this and I was Benito, I'd still want to answer some more questions. So what are the goals, or how about an example of how Benito actually did some of these remarkable things, okay? So let's look at another example. Here's Rishi, okay? Rishi's social skills make him a great service representative. Is that objective language? Let's turn that into an observation of fact instead. At least 6 customers have said that they like to be waited on by Rishi because he's always friendly and takes the time to answer their questions thoroughly. Okay, now we have an objective statement. And we mentioned this earlier, Julia is a very strategic thinker. Now, it's a wonderful thing to say about Julia, but how is Julia going to improve her performance based on that comment? Okay, we need to include more information, and that is based on the facts that we've collected during the performance cycle. So Julia considers the impact of any proposed changes to the monthly audit reports before implementing them. Before she approves any changes, She ensures that both the creators and the end users of the report will benefit and understand the changes. She clearly outlines the value to be gained from any change against the time and training it will take to implement it. Okay? That is a very good example of strategic thought. She's weighed all the costs and the benefits, and this is now communicated as an observation, not as an opinion about Julia.